My name is Kautz, and I am a member of the Omo-Chumney-Hartnell Water District. Being that we're a landowner-controlled district, all of our board members are farmers who have land within the district. And so they're all directly impacted by any kind of drought issues or groundwater problem issues, and also how much the river is running and what it's doing. In this area, it has not affected what types of crops are grown. That's more of an economical decision by the landowner. A lot of row crops that use a lot of water are just not profitable. A lot of people are switching to permanent crops, grapes and walnuts and almonds in our area. So, they're not making their decisions based on the availability of water, because our area has, a pretty good water table and a good recharge area. So our district is centered by the Kautz River. The Kautz River is an undammed river, has free flow, has high water levels in the winter. Whenever they get a big storm in the mountains, the river goes way to the top of the levees. As it passes through our district, it's constantly recharging the groundwater. The river does run high on occasions. The best thing for the river is the longer term that it runs. Sometimes it will go dry in beginning of May, sometimes in the middle of June. The longer it runs, the more groundwater recharge it does. The problem in our area is when the river is running, we're not irrigating. And we start irrigating about the time the river goes dry. So we don't have a lot of opportunity to use surface water from the river for the irrigation of the grapes. Grapes are usually irrigated on a weekly basis, a small amount every week until harvest time, which is August. And then after they're harvested, they're usually watered once or twice more, and then they're done for the winter. All of the permanent crops in our area are irrigated by drip irrigation. So it's very directed irrigation. It's very limited. You don't see water running off. It's applied directly to the root zone, and it's very efficient. It's very simple. Water is taken from a surface body, whether it be a lake or a river, and spread out over farm ground, and it sinks in, and it recharges the level of the groundwater. So our water level here at this location currently is about 75 to 80 feet deep, which is a very good water level. After the last drought a few years ago, it dropped down to about 100, maybe 120 feet. And then after the last big storm season last year, it rose back up to 60 feet. So it shows the power of the river to recharge the groundwater. We had another ranch in another location last year that was flooded by a levee break, and it was grapes, and it was totally underwater for 5 months. And most of the vines survived. I would say about 95% survived. We lost the crop, but the vines themselves survived and came back and produced a decent crop this year. So grapes are very, very tolerant to sitting in groundwater, especially in the wintertime when they're dormant. In this location, our water district has received a grant from Department of Water Resources to take winter run water from the river and apply it to about 1,000 acres of grapes within our district. It has to be applied between December 1st and the end of February. We can apply up to 6,000 acre feet, and the idea is to spread it out and recharge the groundwater. And we are working through that process now, and hopefully by this winter we'll be able to start this project. Well, I would think in our industry and the ag industry that they should allow groundwater recharge to be considered a beneficial use. That would allow any landowner near a surface body of water to apply that water in the winter to the ground and recharge the groundwater. Currently, the state doesn't consider that a beneficial use and does not allow it without a special permit. If you had a duck club, you could flood the ground for migratory waterfowl. But just to apply it for the benefit of recharging the groundwater, it's not considered beneficial. Well, it's a great lifestyle. It's a changing season. You have spring, summer, winter, fall, all different seasons. It's all busy now. It used to be not busy in the winter, but you know the way things have changed. You're working 12 months out of the year, and you're doing something different every day. That's, you know, I think the best part about it. By buying local, you are supporting an industry that is your neighbors and residents, and you're keeping an industry alive. Farmers are fantastic stewards of the land. They are taking great care of this land. If it wasn't in farming, what would it be? California farm products are highly regulated. A consumer can trust that a product grown in California is going to be clean. It's going to have the lowest level of pesticides of any product they could possibly buy anywhere. When you're importing food, they don't have those controls in those countries, even though they may say they do. We're highly regulated, and every farmer wants his product to be the best presented to the consumer.